When you look at the first page of the syllabus, you will see all of our most important course information. So we have our course title, our section number, and our semester. This is English 126, Critical Thinking, the Shaping of Meaning Through Language. Next on the syllabus is my name and contact information. My name is Jessica Hughes, and you can contact me at my DVC email, jhughes@dvc.edu. And I usually reply to emails on Monday and Wednesday mornings. Also, I check my email during our office hour, which you will find the very next thing on the list. Since this is an online class, we will be having a virtual office hour using Canvas's chat feature. If this time doesn't work for you with your schedule, or if you're ever unable to make it to our designated chat time, you can email me and we will set up a time that we can chat or just email back and forth to discuss whatever issue you want to discuss. And then next you will see our course duration. So all of our meetings will be online. And we will go through to the end of May 22nd. And the course is going to update on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The course description is just the basic description taken from the DVC catalog. I'll read it to you. This course will focus on the development of logical reasoning, analysis of primarily expository and persuasive texts, and analytical and argumentative writing skills. It is designed to develop critical thinking, reading, and writing skills beyond the level expected in English 122. This course will concentrate on how expository texts make their arguments, as demonstrated through higher levels of critical thinking, such as analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So basically what that means is that our course is going to focus on reading and understanding and critiquing expository texts. So those are texts in which an author is expressing his or her viewpoint and making an argument. That is very different from a literary text, which is something that you would study in the English 123 class, Critical Thinking and Composition Through Literature. So we are doing our topic on the shaping of meaning in language. So we will be reading a variety of arguments and ideas about how language comes to carry and shape meaning and understanding and thought. So we won't be reading stories and fiction works, so we won't have any novels for this class. We will focus on expository texts. And then by the end of the course, we want to develop our critical thinking skills beyond the level that you practiced in English 122. So both in reading and writing, and then just thinking in general. So the description mentions analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So that's building upon the skills that you already have for comprehension and interpretation and expression, which you practiced in English 122. There's a note here that all of our coursework is going to be completed online. And there's also a note about the amount of time that you should expect to spend on homework for each class meeting and homework session. So when we have our agenda for each class meeting, I will break it apart into classwork and homework, and I will try to provide realistic time frames for how you can manage your time for the classwork portion and for the homework portion of our work. If you have any questions about the first part of page 1, so how to contact me, when we can chat, how long our course lasts, or the description of the course itself, including the timing, please use the replies below to share those questions.